Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new edition of Civilization 6 Wonder Starts. Coming at you with Peter, and he has spawned on the lovely Eyjafjallajokull, which is actually not how you pronounce it. I just looked up how to pronounce it on the internet before I started this stream, and I failed miserably. It's insanity. We're just going to call it the Wondrous Culture Volcano from now on, because it's amazing. And also, I didn't even tell Twitch chat this, disasters are set to 4, so we should be able to see some pretty wicked yields coming out of this bad boy before too long. Here we go. Are you ready for Peter? So let's take a quick look at Peter's abilities. Peter, for my money, might very well, I think, have to be the best Civ in the game as far as all-around ability. I put Japan up there as well, Australia, Hungary, probably Cyrus, I suppose, as well. But there's nothing that this guy can't do, honestly. The Grand Embassy, which has received culture and science from trade routes to civilizations that are more advanced than you. This is actually can become quite handy sometimes. When you're behind, you're going to always be behind in Deity, so you can get some trade routes going that give you bonus signs of culture, which isn't too shabby at all. The biggie, and there's two biggies, but the biggie, Mother Russia, is fantastic. If it was only half of what they give you, it would still be fantastic. But they give you both parts. Extra territory upon founding cities. So some people think, well, the faith in production is the big part. Extra territory upon founding cities is immense. Every time you settle a city, you're grabbing tiles. You're grabbing a bunch of extra tiles from the second ring. So you can often settle a city and not have to worry about the first ring being good because you're getting a ton of tiles for free. And it's going to go grab the best tiles in the area so that every city is going to start off with plenty of good tiles to work. Not only that, but for free. Oftentimes when you go and settle a city, it's like, okay, well, I'll settle the city here. It's not the best first ring, but I'll have some money by then, and I'll just buy 2 or 3 tiles and make sure that city's got a good start. Here, you just save a fortune. And because you're getting all those tiles for free, before you know it, you're getting into your third ring, and your city's borders are growing so much faster because of it. And so it's really quite amazing when you combine that with the ability of the Lavra. Which we'll talk about in a second. So you've got that, and then of course, like I said, the faith and the production on Tundra tiles is also very nice. And units do not receive damage from blizzards, which is added in during Gathering Storm. Civilizations that are at war with Russia receive 100% unit damage from blizzards in Russian territory. So that extra part was just kind of added in as a little bonus to help thematically with the idea of Russia fighting Russia in winter. You know, goes back to a lot of historical wars that didn't turn well for the opposition of Russia. So the big parts, like I said, extra territory is huge, and then if you have the Tundra going, the faith and production, but the extra territory is massive. Cossack, actually a really strong mid-game unit. A lot of people underestimate this, but if you actually play a military game with Russia, these guys right here are a fantastic mid-game unit to help finish off a bunch of wars and push yourself to victory. And then the Lavra, which definitely is one of the best 2 or 3 specialty districts, unique districts in the game, if not the best. A district unique to Russia for religious activity replaces the Holy Site district and cheaper to build. So yes, obviously half price to build it, and it's also having a cheap holy site means you can jump out and get a quick religion if you want for not very much, because it doesn't take half the time to build it. And then, of course, your city borders grow by 1 tile each time a great person is expanded in that city. But another big thing about the Lavra is that it provides great people points for writers, artists, and musicians as well. So you're going to absolutely destroy in the writer, artist, and musician category. So it's pretty sweet. Yes, exactly. Poor Napoleon. He went and found himself in a war he couldn't win in Russia in winter. People just never learned their lessons, man. You had a good start, but as I got new cities, I struggled to continue. Jinx 7, like I said, if you're just learning the game, I highly suggest checking out those tutorials. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. I think they'll make a big difference. Yeah. So, here it is. I hope you guys are ready, because it's going to go. And you'll see right away how good it is. Right? I'm just going to click this button. And boom, look at that. Look at all these extra tiles we grabbed for free. All of these extra tiles for free. Including this biggie right here. Which is going to be the crux of the greatness that we are going to be able to accomplish in this game by starting off with such great food and production and a little help with that culture tree. Never heard as well. And when we get to pop, we'll be able to work multiple faith tiles up here in the tundra, which is also nice because the it'll allow us to push even faster than there to our pantheon. That's the word I was looking for, pantheon. You didn't think it would be that big? Yeah, it grows. It gets a lot of free tiles. It only needs. All it ever needs is 4 more tiles, and then it's in the 3rd ring already. It's crazy. Canada's huge. We're super swole up here, eh? So, open up the ability to get the lava right away. We can go get a religion. What we can do, and I was going to kind of take chat's temperature on this, is what we can do is we can just go ahead and we could get Dance of the Aurora and grab work ethic again, like we did in the last Wonder Start game with Mansa Musa, which would just mean we'd just be super duper powerful and fantastic and all that kind of thing. So that's kind of up to you guys if you want to push that way. If not, we could take it another direction as well. I think I am going to go ahead real quick and grab astrology so we can get into the Labra. Basically, right after we get Scout Settler, we can jump on our Labra. And then we could potentially find a spot, like for instance right here, isn't a bad idea, where we would be, the Labra would be surrounded by Tundra, and if we were to get Dance of Aurora, that would be pretty good. Dance of the Aurora and work ethic in Russia is OP, or Canada. But well, basically, so the big thing about work ethic, it's obviously super strong if you can get it to work right. If you spawn in the desert and you get the one we used last time. Oh my god, what's the name of it? The one where you get plus adjacency for each desert tile. So if you have a huge desert, like I said, or a huge tundra, or even a huge jungle, and you get one of those 3 pantheons for your holy sites, then yes, it can be super overpowering because you get 6, maybe 7 or 8, depending on the districts you put around it. Then you double it to 12, 14, 15, 16, whatever. And then you get work ethic out of it, so that's all production as well. Now all of a sudden you've got a free 16 or whatever, 13, 14, whatever it ends up being, production that is just like in every city or most cities, and it's just crazy. So yeah, so this here would be, well, it depends. If you got Dance of the Aurora, it would be 6 for the Tundra. You'd also get for the trees, but we wouldn't necessarily keep the trees. Like this tree is not going to stay there simply because this is going to blow it up, and we'd want to chop some of these trees as well. So and put other districts in, so you never know. Russia, Canada. Well, America's not 3rd. China's definitely 3rd, I would think. America would be close, but I'm pretty sure China's bigger than America, isn't it? I could be wrong. I don't know. You still get counting adjacencies? Um. Okay, so we're gonna go for a walk with our warrior. I'm thinking this is the least resistance. Maybe we'll just head in that direction. And we have ourselves mountain. Oh, and we have a city-state down here. So we can go meet them. Looks like it's going to be a little free gold in the capital, hopefully, if we get them versed. Like I said, we're just pushing on towards grabbing. Yep, there. Oh, Zanzibar, nice. Got a little spearman action, and we can get a free envoy out of them. Got a fissure here, geothermal fissure. So potentially a campus there, I suppose. You have to get rid of that nice little banana tile eventually, but or actually no, you can put it here. 1, 2, yeah, there you go. That would do the same thing. And then if you put the city here, you could do. Oh shoot, that's in the way of. Yeah, you might want to. That's too bad that sugar's there because you could have put like a trade route there or like a commercial hub there. And it's all good, Catface. It's all good. Let's keep going down here. Some floodplains. So this will actually get really active because the we actually have on the 4 level 4 disasters. Next turn we grow and pop. Then we're 1 turn on scout. So there's pop 2, and we're actually working the 1-3-1. I don't mind that. It'll push us through this settler a little quicker as well to do work on that extra production. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. That's the bronze working. Boost, not the greatest, but I guess we'll take it. They must have a luxury in there. That 3-2-1. That's probably wine. I'm getting a little bit of feedback from lunch. Let's head north this way, I guess. So, a lot of chops up through here. And then we're getting into settler. 8 turns on that. We had to pop 3 just in time to drop back down. Code of Laws coming in next turn.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
Oh, dull when the A just does nothing but attacks these states. Yeah, you gotta be careful how you set up your games. So we're getting some faith for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the production, I think. And I'll grab survey for now, and then because we're gonna push through the culture tree fast, we'll be able to switch the cards out fairly quick if we need to. So just cross over here. We got some silver up there. Be curious just how long it's going to take for this volcano to erupt. Start down there. Attack the AI first, make the possible impossible. Make the impossible possible. There you go. Little random desert action going there. Maybe we could not a lot of chops in the area, but I was gonna say maybe you could throw down a quick pyramids in there. Like that. So it feels right to probably come north and grab the tiles on the top of this. So there's a tile. This tile here will be good. So if we settled, I don't want to settle within 2 tiles of the volcano if we can avoid it, because I've got level 4 disasters. So maybe you settle here and it's at least in range. So we put a city there. And then you can start to see a world where Government Plaza could live. I don't know. Over here, I always like to keep my warrior close to home, as you know. So a lot of people might just start dragging the warrior down this coast and have him run off and be far away. But I like to have my warrior fairly close to home, just in case barbs come. It's available to help defend. Just a slightly precautionary note, although we haven't seen barbs yet. Haven't heard a peep from them. Builder. The boost to stay workforce. In a game where we probably don't need it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Possible improbability. You guys are all over the place today, chat.
I don't believe in astrology.
Random conversations. Pop 3. Pushing the faith even harder now. 2 more turns to the Pantheon. Pop up on this hill. Another volcano over here. Starting to run out of land, though, looks like. Keeping the warrior close is what you tend to do as well. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Speaking of barbarians. And a goody hut, no less. So there's our astrology. Maybe grab animal husbandry. What do we have for improvements to make? Of course, the camp and the pasture are good. Quarry there. We can make a farm. So there's lots of tiles to improve. It's always that first 200 gold if you don't get a builder otherwise. Because I think... And the problem is I'm probably going to have to purchase the Lavra tile. Or I could go into the builder myself. Go builder Lavra. Save the gold I'm making. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Now, in this case, I'd well, actually, he's on flat land all by himself. I actually could just go ahead and take this fight on a little bit. We are also on flat land, so we got to be careful. Where's Goody Hut? We got to be careful here because they will make the AI barbarians are actually quite smart, and they will make a calculation if they think they can kill you. So if you hit this again and got a bad roll, they might calculate that they think they can hit you. And since we're standing on flat ground, that calculation is much better for them. So this is a case where I might actually go ahead and fortify for 1 turn. I'm going to just head north. I don't have a lot of information, but I do know I want that city. There is that builder that we were looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and grab that farm so we can get the irrigation boost. 2-turn. A 2-turn Lavra. Wow. So I think what I do is, I think I'm just going to buy this tile and make it. It certainly makes a lot of sense. I haven't even let chat decide, make the decision whether or not we're going to go with Dance of the Aurora. But one way or another, it's a good holy site. I guess we'll go with Dance of the Aurora. And we can choose work ethic if we want and do the things. Choose you. With the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. Choose you. I choose you. Dota 2 Attitude, how you doing? First impressions video, yes. Do you have that thing where you rate all the different nations for Civ 6? So I do have. I don't have the command setup, can show. I do have a actual. I have to go find it. Might be actually a quick find. A link I could give you to a. Maybe not. I don't know where it is. I thought I had it. I don't know. Maybe somebody can find it. I'd have to take a look for it. I do have a spreadsheet that I have on my on. I thought it was on Google Docs somewhere that gives you my breakdown of all this is. Now it hasn't been changed or updated in over a year, so it's not super up to date. But so I think we're going to take Dance of the Aurora one way or another. It's just a ton of faith and faith generation at the very least. Even if we decided not to go with our ethic, if we work ethic wasn't available or something. There's a nice little hit there. Was it in Google Sheets? I'm trying to figure out. I thought I was going to be able to see it quite easily, and yeah. See, I don't know. I'll look for it later. I'm sorry, but I'm in the middle of making a YouTube video, so I'm not. I don't want to be sitting here running through. Running through the internet trying to find a document, but oops. Nicola Southog. Nicola. I've played every civilization all the way back to the original. All of them. Viamer, can you see how the appeal is? You could absolutely see how the appeal is. Probably pretty good in this area. Pretty terrible down through here. Not bad. There's not enough trees really to make it awesome. So there's a lot of areas where you wouldn't have gotten anything. Right out of the gate, it looks like we probably would have had one tile with appeal here. And then some tiles in and around here. The problem is that this is going to explode eventually, and it's going to make we're just going to have all this mined up. So eventually this will all be mines on the volcanic ash up here, so you would have lost that. And I'll be doing a lot of chopping, of course. All this stuff's going to get chopped down for settler spam later, so it would be a thought if you wanted to work around appeal, but you haven't played since 2. I like them the best. Yes, your name is hard. I'm just not sure what to emphasize. If it's the Nicola or the Nicolas Althog. I don't know. Anyway, you haven't played since 2. You've missed a lot. But it's good to have you here. If you're getting in... See, this is where I'm a little bit concerned because you stand too long and you get hurt. I'm actually going to back up and wait a second in there. I don't want to lose that unit, so. Nicolay, there you go. Nicolay. Have him pop up there. It's going to be a minute or two. Let's go ahead and grab the shrine. What is our pop? Pop 2. So when we get to pop 3, that'll speed up quite a bit as well. Where is it? Oh, there. Down here. You play E4, Imperator, Rome, and HY4 Civ. It looks so hard now. HY4, EU4, Imperator, Rome, all games that I have played many, many hundreds of hours in. I'm a huge fan of the Paradox titles, and I could definitely say those are good choices for games. Civ, I think that Civ is a little bit foreign to people, and so it might look hard, but there's no way this game's any harder than EU4 as far as depth and calculations and stuff like that. But, you know, it's different. It's a different style for sure. What did I think of The Rise of Skywalker? I thought it was amazing. I thought it was fantastic. Tremendously enjoyable. I would say I didn't like it as much as my wife. My wife thought it was the best of all. I would say I still enjoyed Episode 7 the most, to be entirely honest with you. So, do you still base spaceships to win? Yes, there's a whole bunch of. If you do science victory, there's lots of different victories. You can win a religious victory, military victory, culture victory, diplomatic victory, and a science victory. And if you go science, then you're building spaceships and stuff like that. So we have enough information here to maybe plot out just a little bit. So a city down here on this river, 1, 2, 3, maybe a city right here actually. Especially as Russia. So people ask me the question about how far away do I put my cities from each other. And I always say, well, 4 is a nice rule of thumb, but the map's going to dictate. Sometimes you're going to be 3, sometimes you're going to be 5. It just kind of depends on the map a little bit. But as Russia, when I can, I try to get greedy because they are land hogs, obviously. And it would actually be a really nice ability to spread your cities out if you can, if you get the chance to, because you're grabbing tiles so quickly, you basically got your second ring almost immediately, right? Every time you pop down a city, you've almost got your second ring. So if you limit yourself by being, you know, by even 3 apart, then all of a sudden you're limiting your opportunity to grab more tiles, particularly if you're going to forward settle somebody. That being said, spreading out too much, sometimes you're limiting the number of cities, and like I always say, the number of cities is more important than the amount of land. So it's kind of a little bit of both. You have to kind of equal out. I'd say it's the second best after 7. Yeah, 7 to me, absolutely. I completely agree. I agree that 7 is absolutely an iconic movie. Truly love everything about it. Everything about it. Creo Geneva, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Appreciate you being here. So, if we were to go with the government plaza here, we would have to chop out a couple of things there. and not use that towards settlers, which kind of sucks. But we have a fair amount of chops for settlers. I mean, we've got as many as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we get there in time, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have a ton of chops for settlers. We're not worried about that. Plus, we're going to be able to get potential wonders and stuff. Like, we got lots and lots of chops. I'm not worried about that. So that means that if we did that, we could go with potentially... Now, this is going to be in the way a little bit, unfortunately. And then putting districts here would be a difficult decision since we got level 4 disasters and a volcano sitting there. So we'd probably be looking at maybe districts like this eventually. So maybe campus there. See, the problem is I'd probably want this holy site to be here if we're going to go for work ethic, right? You're going to want to max your holy sites, which means this won't be a campus. So you could do that and max out your holy sites and go work ethic. Yes, but it's I'm not going to leave a 3-tile radius around the volcano and not use those tiles either, right? It can actually take population at 3 tiles as well, for that matter. But I'm just playing the odds, not worrying about that. So the idea would be, if I put the lava here, I could potentially get a couple of extra districts around it. So, like, there could be a district here, city center, like that, right? So you'd have potentially 6, 7, 8, 9. If I put it here. Whereas if I put it here, I won't be able to really put... I'd have to put district here. Well, I guess if I put it here, I could still go this way. Yeah, no, it doesn't really matter. That's fine. I think that's where I'm going to put it. And then I can put... Although the only thing is that I think I'd rather use this. I'd rather put a... You know what? I think I would rather put a district here and here than put districts on those 2 tiles. So I think like that is more... makes more sense. And then this city could put, like, say, a campus there. Potentially, and then like a commercial hub there or something like that, or even a theater square, whatever. Well, actually, you maybe go theater square here. There's a potential campus up. There's at the minimum, it's a +2 campus there. So that's not a bad idea. Maybe just put the campus up there. If we could find a way to get it 3, it'd be good. That's a potential idea there. Christopher, I'm not going for any victory. This is simply experiencing the Wonder Start and just kind of doing Russian things with the Wonder Start beginning. This game will not be played out to its entirety. So it's not really the idea of taking... a particular victory goal in mind. Why is it a +2 campus? Because there's a reef here. And unless there's another reef there, it's probably not any better, because even if I put a city on this lake, I'd have to get 2 districts around it. I guess I could, but... Living the best life, exactly. Dang foxes are right where I'd put a commercial hub. Yeah, you definitely would like... it'd be nice to put a commercial hub there. the government plaza here is not ideal because I don't really want to put a district here on the volcano, and I don't want to, and you can't put one there, so you're only getting 4 districts on it. The other option would be, I could have put the government plaza here and the holy site there, but then I would have lost 2 adjacency for the density Aurora. So there's not really a whole lot I could have done. I kind of had to put the government plaza there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of wasting governor promotions for something like that. I mean, you could do it. Like I said, you could potentially do that, but it's only going to help 1 city, and there could be potentially even a 3rd city. There might be 3 cities that are going to need help. So, why are Matthias and Gilgamesh so high in your rankings? Hungary is unbelievable. If you want to see how Hungary is so good, I have a Gathering Storm turn 192 science victory with him on my YouTubes. All of his abilities are unbelievably fantastic. And same with Gilgamesh, he can absolutely destroy early science and culture with his tile improvement. I have a sub 200 Gilgamesh victory on science as well. That's on my VODs. I haven't uploaded that to YouTube yet. I might do that eventually someday. That's from over a year ago, that Gilgamesh run. But yes, being able to get high levels of science and culture very early in the game is unbelievably vital. People don't think about it. They just think, well, I'll do whatever for 50 or 60 or 80 turns, and then I'll start worrying about getting my science and culture going. It's way more important to have it early than you could possibly imagine. Because every turn you spend getting poor science and taking a long time to do a technology is another turn that it's going to take at the end of the game to get something else done because you spent a turn not getting that much science. If you can push through the trees early in a fast way, then you're just going to get to the later part of the tree that much faster. But yeah, Matthias in particular, his ability to raise an army for free, essentially, or almost free, and go and take out a neighbor without ever having to build an army of your own is unbelievable. Plus,
every nation lives by exchanging.
That ain't good. Where the hell did he come from? Plus his mechanic that gives you tons of free envoys by levying armies for next to nothing. That's like being able to purchase envoys super duper cheap. And I say it all the time in here. He came from the Reef, yeah. Envoys are way more important than people give them credit for. They're super valuable. Having suzerain status over cities and also just getting the bonuses is absolutely huge. And you should not underestimate it. And being able to basically purchase envoys for next to nothing, and being able to be suzerain of basically every city-state in the game is tremendous, tremendous value. And that's before you... sorry. I'm going to put in discipline. That is before... You know what I should have done? That was stupid of me. As soon as I clicked accept, I'm like, I should have picked this up with the extra recon and then switched it, but it's too late now. And of course, now we have a new recon unit. And that's before you talk about the fact that he gets 50% off production towards the districts and the buildings that are across a river from the city center. Like, so for instance here, I could build districts on all 4 of these tiles and not... If it was just the districts, it'd be super strong. The fact that you get 50% production towards the districts and all the buildings that goes inside of them is insane. That is so much incredible amount of value, I can't even begin to tell you. Being able to purchase, or being able to build libraries and universities and theater square buildings and everything else, being able to do all of that at a fraction of the price. I mean, you can't even put it. I'm gonna go here for a minute. I do have the 3 tile improvement going. I actually might go there and then I'll take off of it. Oh no, I'll be able to get that done anyway, because next term we'll be able to build this, and I'll do that as well. Yes, there's going to be an adjustment of some sort to envoys. I'm hoping they don't completely ruin their value and change it around. There's going to be some sort of a change in how envoys are tied to something. They're being obscure about it. They're not giving full details. They basically, if anything, just in the video, they actually just made it more confusing because they didn't specify anything. They just kind of said something completely random and obscure and more confusing than anything. So I don't know if they were deliberately trying to be like that or not, but I'm gonna take that promotion here and we'll kill that guy and then we'll go finish off that. Go out here and check out some land there. Finally, we can grab that, which is going to give us our gold and our luxury. Still don't have the gold for the purchase. I can buy a slinger, I guess. Maybe I should buy a slinger. I think I'm going to buy a slinger up there. I was thinking, I don't know why I had in my head it was 160 for a slinger. Hemlock versus Socrates. Things are good, bud. Things are real good. And yes, a lot of people, I think, don't pay real close attention to just how strong Hungary is. Hungary is very strong. Looks like, yeah, potential archery boost coming in hot, right? We're getting mining for the Quarry. Bard, not so much nerfed as there's going to be. Well, it's probably going to end up feeling like somewhat of a nerf. In that they're doing something with the power of envoys. They mentioned it in the video that they released yesterday. They were extremely vague about it, and I even asked Carl about it, and he couldn't really say much to clarify the kind of random comment that was made in the video. So it's not really it's not really something I could say I know 100%. It's something about the way that envoys are going to work in some way. A bunch of peat. Cool, get it? What? So refreshing, a streamer with 10 plus viewers that doesn't run ads on every opportunity, aka when you drop in. Well, do people play a lot of ads? The only time I ever play ads is if I like go to pick up my wife in the middle of the stream and I'm going to be gone for 15 or 20 minutes. I'm like, well, I might as well play 3 minutes of ads and people can watch them or not. But I couldn't imagine being in the middle of a game and be like, hey, for those of you who are subscribed, you can keep watching. For those of you who aren't, you're going to miss a couple turns because here's some ads. I couldn't imagine. Like I said, if I'm not going to be around, sure, run some ads. If I'm going, if I get up to go make something to eat or something, I suppose you could do that as well. But I know that there's a couple of there's a couple of people I watch who play like first person shooter, like what do you call it? PUBG. And what they'll do is in between games they'll run ads because you're not going to miss any action anyway. You're just going to miss the lobby eventually, essentially. So I guess I could see that point. But Oh shoot! I already got the boost. I guess I didn't need to do that, but I already got the. They got the boost in a goodie hat, didn't I? Sorry, I'll be all right. Yeah, I got the bronze working boost in a goodie hat. Yeah. So there you go. That is our opening. I only got 20 turns in. Was I talking too much, YouTube? I think I was talking a little too much. I'll try to do less talking. And hey, NASCAR race. Not a first meet, however, which is unfortunate because a first meet on NASCAR would have meant some faith. But we'll get working on that. We don't have much of a desert. I guess we have a little desert down here we can mess around with the NASCAR lines. And I guess we need to meet one more city-state still. So I get to work on that. But I'm going to call it the end of episode numero uno for this Wonder Star. When we come back, we'll have... I'm probably just going to leave a few turns before the next video starts. There's not a whole lot going on right now. But yeah, we'll see you very soon, YouTube. Twitch, don't go anywhere, of course. Stay right where you are. Do not forget, if you're enjoying the series, drop some likes on these videos. Let me make sure that all of the YouTubes can find the content here on the channel. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.